This is probably not the best way and the best time to record, but I just have something on my mind and in my soul that I need to give voice to. And it has to do with the resistance that I feel in my soul and in my body of the expectation of outcome that we place on ourselves. I'm thinking now in particular of when we become ill or have some kind of unwell condition. I think the worst thing in such a situation is that we burden ourselves with the expectation of having to get well, and that somehow our being sick is the result of something that we have done or didn't do right. There is that mental hitch there that our mind has made something out of, and it was constructed by societal expectations, because let's face it, when you are sick, you become a burden on society. You become a burden on the pocketbook of everyone else. Let's talk in terms of healthcare. While we do that, we're kind of in a love-hate relationship with that whole healthcare thing. On the one hand, the system wants people to be sick in order to generate money. But on the other hand, the budget is never large enough to take care of all the sick. So it's a vicious cycle. And there's many psychological layers attached to that. I want to bring it back again to my initial thought. There is a stigma attached to being sick. There's all kinds of judgments about it. People will say, well, if you had taken better care of yourself, you wouldn't be sick. And now you are a burden on someone's time and energy and money because they have to take care of you. There is that shaming, that subtle shaming that's not expressed outrightly, but that's how most of us feel. We feel burdensome. We have inflicted an inconvenience on someone, even if that is their career and they get paid well for it. There is a stigma, there's a feeling attached to being sick, to having a adverse condition in the body that renders us dependent on the care of another. The underlying feeling I want to address, the feeling of feeling guilty for being sick. In the spiritual community, we get this actually too, this subtle shaming that you're sick because of negative vibrations. No, you're sick for whatever reason. People get sick. These bodies get sick. And you have a negative vibration after a while because of the feeling of feeling guilty, feeling shamed. You just don't feel good about yourself being a burden for someone. So these things are what suppress our vibration, but that's not what made you sick. There's always truth on both sides of the spectrum, but you always want to find the middle way. So the worst thing you can do when you are sick, when your body is breaking down, is guilt and shame yourself and put the strain on your system of, I have to get well, I have to get healed, otherwise people will think I'm not spiritual enough. You see, you get what I'm saying. This is where we have to detach from outcome and expectation. Maybe you will never get well. And here's the point. Can you be okay with that? Can you release the expectation and just let things be the way they are? To relieve yourself of the psychological and mental burden that puts additional strain on your body, on your system. When we let go of all expectations and all pressures of having to get well, or heaven forbid that I ever get sick. Those are worries, subconscious worries that we all have. Worry has never achieved anything good anyways. You may as well let that go. But for this exercise, feel into that thing. Do you have those kind of fears and feelings about your ill body, your diseased, sick body? Let that go. Let go of the guilt and the shame and the pressure of ever having to get well. The chances are, when we can release the burden and the pressure of our body, of our nervous system, that the body can take a deep breath and a sigh of relief and then start to heal itself, because the psychological pressure is taken off. The psychological pressure to perform, to become something. Let this current moment be okay. You don't have to become anything. Take the pressure off yourself and see if your body isn't going to favorably respond to that release, right? We need to let go of any kind of expectation that has ever placed on us that might tell us, oh, you're not good enough, or you're not this enough, and that's why you are sick. Whatever it is, those are those accusations of the programs that we have inherited from society. And as free people, we have to become free of the program and just basically don't care of whatever the outcome is, you know. And once we depart this body, none of the worries and cares actually matter. They will all be left behind in this body. The body does what the body does. And sometimes we're not so fortunate to inherit good genetics and inherit a good body. Sometimes some people come into this world with a handicap. It has nothing to do with what they have done or haven't done. I think Jesus said something similar about the man that was born blind. Neither the parents nor he himself has done anything wrong. It was just the way it is. It's just the way it is. And I guess the glory of God is revealed in how we carry that responsibility of being in such an avatar, in such a body, right? How we are mastering that. So anyways, I hope this resonates with some of you and made some sense of what I was trying to express. I'm speaking to the subtle, the subconscious, the underlying issues and fears and pressures that we hold that doesn't help our body, makes it hard for our body to function at peak performance. So just let it go. Let go of the expectation of what you should be. And just be in the moment, accept the moment the way it is. And just take a deep breath and release the pressure.